So I remember that first time seeing him, and as soon as I walked in the door, his face lit up. He said, "Laura Story!" I said, "He remembers me." And he goes, "What are you doing here?" I don't even know how to answer that. And he remembered that we had dated in high school, but he'd completely forgotten the fact that we had got back together a little bit later in life and gotten married. I got to break the news. And when I told him, send him the ring and everything, he goes, "We're married?" Yes. And that continued to be funny. After a few months of being in the hospital, we finally got to go home, and I remember that first night when I crawled into bed with him, and his eyes got really big. And he said, "Laura, I really appreciate you wanting to look after me, but this is not appropriate." And so anyway, it was just, he's always been such a man of integrity, even when, he's not quite sure what's going on. But I'd like to share a little bit about our story because God has kind of called us to do ministry out of our story, out of our messy story, in the same way that I truly believe that He calls all of us to minister out of our messy story. But with us, it's been an interesting road, and probably like a lot of people in here, our lives just haven't exactly turned out like we thought they would. And I had a great plan drafted up for God. I just needed him to sign off on the bottom of it. And it's not at all how He works. And so I've spent the past probably 5 years wrestling with Him and trying to believe that His plan is better than mine was. And that's tough. Because Martin, he's experienced a ton of healing, and we went for a while not knowing whether he was going to live through the whole thing. And he's able to do so much today. We travel full time together, and it's really a beautiful thing. And on the other hand, there's a lot of areas that we haven't seen healing. Martin lives with vision deficit and a memory deficit, and doing life with a disability is hard. And being a worship leader in the midst of it is hard too. I'm a professional, how great is our God singer. That's what I do on Sundays. So it's hard sometimes to get up on that stage. And I know we're supposed to be singing about how great God is, but in this moment, everything just seems like chaos. God, I know You said You had a great plan for my life. I'm not seeing it yet. And that's where I'm learning to take those steps in faith, even as a worshiper, even as a worshiper. One thing, I have a friend that says to me, so lovingly says to me, she says, "Laura, I know that you want to be a woman of faith." She says, "But that means that sometimes you have to walk roads that require faith." I know it sounds so obvious, but I'm so bad at it. So I share that with you. I don't know what the broken thing is in your life. The thing that you've prayed that God would fix, and it hasn't been fixed as quickly as you thought. I've prayed 1,000 times. 1,000 times. God, just heal him. I know You can do it with a snap of a finger. Just heal my husband. I'll give You all the glory, I promise. I feel like every time God says back to me, I know. But what if it's a journey? What if it's a process? Will You still give Me the glory in the midst of it? So this is just all about just processing grief and disappointment and life not turning out exactly like we thought. But stepping back enough and having enough faith to believe that there are blessings to be found in the midst of it. That's not what was supposed to happen. I have no idea. fix it for me. I promise I've done this before. I'm a professional. Thank you.
We pray for blessings, we pray for peace, comfort for family, protection while we sleep. We pray for healing, for prosperity. We pray for your mighty hand to ease our suffering, and all the while you hear each broken beat in